Alright, so I didn't want to make a second video out of this, but things have been kind of just going out of hand. So here we are, to provide some context to some new people here. Basically, around a month ago on July 11th, um, Nikke Shift Up, the developer of Nikkei, made some statement about the anti-cheating statement, which is basically talking about people using cheating tools, using unauthorized third-party programs, and things like that. They wanted it to be gone, right? They wanted to address that. And then later in around the end of July, they had a second developer's note for July, and they're talking about the sanction against macro program use. And this macro program, which I will get into a bit, is really the main point of topic on this. And they want people to stop, just completely stop using this macro thing. And what exactly is the macro? Before I get there, there is, and then just later this week, August 6th, they talked about how they implemented the reducing of macro and also the not able to use emulators in the PC. Now, I don't really have any problems on some of these implementation, but you just gotta implement it better. So what is the macro thing? So first, to kind of give an idea, this is kind of how the normal gameplay of the weapon sniper rifle is. When you're just letting it auto, well, there's a charge up time and then you're shooting just fine. But if you want to, as a player, you can quick attack instead and release it earlier than it needed to be. And this is what is really kind of leading up into the what kind of brought up this topic, because what happens is, as it turns out, if you try to fast click like this and release it faster, not only that you are getting more damage, because like you're just getting more damage per minute, damage per second when you're doing this, you're also at the right side of this, you're increasing your burst gauge faster. And burst gauge is allows you to do full burst and then allows you to do just more damage, because it's basically like your character's ultimate. And now comes in the macro. Well, I'm not gonna say that this one specifically is, this video is specifically using macro, but the gameplay is similar when you're using macro on mouse. So you're just basically just fast clicking right there, and macro obviously provides a very severe advantage, because as a normal player you get really tired, but then when you're just using macro on your mouse, you're able to just like do it without having a lot of problems on just attacking, right? Like you can consistently do these attacks without like getting tired. And why is this a problem? That is because of these uh rankings. There is rankings in Nikkei, solo raid. The people can get competitive on it, and then there is also guild rankings, so union raid, where the stronger your characters are, the stronger your teams are, the easier you are able to clear the raid. And once you clear the raid, then obviously there's rankings that are at stakes here. I talked about it in the previous video about like how they could probably solve it and what are the underlying issues with this, right? You could probably think about it when I was just kind of talking about it, but basically quick firing or like fast clicking, macroing is putting you in a better advantage than just a normal player. Now what's happening here? Well, as it turned out, they put the update here and people have been testing it. Holographic has boosted it, where one time he's just clicking here on the character page. You know, hey, listen, if we're playing Nikkei, come on, who, come on, you be doing that, right? But as it turns out, that can also detect macro when you're just playing around with your good old Nikke, right? And then this is one they recorded it. Actually, I forgot to show it on screen, but they have been recording it using their mouse, and it is detecting. So it is affecting people. Their detection is not that great. I'm telling you, if they just followed one of the solutions I gave them, this wouldn't have really been like a point of contention. They wouldn't really need to make another setup for it. It's just absurd, and why this is happening. And there are people actually like hard testing it with using, you know, their recording of them clicking their mouse, and it actually is affecting them. And then it's gonna show up as, let's see here, they get, yeah, and then they get the warning. It's just so many people just clicking on the lobby screen. It's also affecting them. And the way it triggers is, I think, like the moment you try to switch into a different screen, it starts saying, oh, like your previous thing, what you have done, like you have macro, apparently macro. And there are some people that are just doing normal gameplay, where they're looking for lost relics. There is like a mini game when you're in Nikkei. There is like because when you go to the map on the event or like the campaign, there is a map where you can just go in and like click around. And the thing is, like, when you click on that, because trying to look for like items, some people do this, and so what they end up doing is they end up spam clicking just to look for like a particular item in the map. And this post, he said that he was clicking too fast and he got banned just for doing that. And then someone is just like his girlfriend's lobby team is like one of the jamming music, and they just got a warning for clicking through the tune. And then someone in my guild, he just got the message. He was just mashing through the story, just spam clicking. So it's just really so bad right now. Some people are talking about this. This one is like talking about how at the end, each time he reads the event story, he gets a warning. And they said they banned for supposedly using prohibited programs while not using anything else besides your official launcher. What is happening here, right? Some people are also saying that they're using Samsung, and apparently Samsung has a game boost. So when you run like some apps in there, and usually the game boost is usually not really like that advantageous. It's just to help like some of the phones to actually have like a good system. And someone even got banned like for being iPhone user 1 year. And then they asked the customer support available apparently, and then they basically told them to fuck off, right? Like, what is happening here? Another one got banned for upgrading the gear, because like some people, you can click fast. Okay, why are you doing it? Because you can just like auto feed. Anyways, what I'm saying though is it's affecting just people normally playing the game. And shift off Nikkei, this is not really how you solve it. People in our overseas brothers, this is Taiwanese website, I believe, or someone said, and they're talking about these kind of things. And come on now, like, I know that you want to tackle the solution for trying to do it, but you guys are not doing any favor, and I have talked about it with like some of my guildmate, and they said I don't know how much true it is, but even during when Destiny Child, they have been like some incompetent developers, and it is showing. To be fair, I gave them a lot of the benefit of the doubt back then, because like, oh, it's just at the beginning, it's just they had a lot of bugs. If you guys have been playing Nikke since the beginning, you guys can attest pretty much like for probably the first half year, nearly every patch has a bug in them. It was like co-op bug, revive bug, gravedigger bug, PvP bug. There were just so many different bugs, and like it was to the point where it's actually a miracle if they had the patch where there was no bug in it. And like, come on now, it just, I don't even know what else to say. I just wanted to make a video about this, rant about this, because like even I'm just like scared. A lot of people are scared just playing right now normally, because like even though they know that they're not like cheating, they're not macroing or anything, like they are actually affecting, either revert whatever you're doing right now and actually provide like a better solution until you figure this out, because there is a solo raid coming up. Well, it started now, but there is a solo raid right now, and one of the optimal ways are to spam click that thing. And I know some of you like to brag about how saying, oh, this is the only thing that resembles any sort of mechanical skill cap. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but even if you're even if you're gonna try, you might get banned just because you are too good at this game. I'm just saying. So like, just fix this.